Guys, you will not believe the topic that I found that is so bizarre to me. Do you know a card called Brawl? And Warrior has 6 copies of that. That's pretty bad. But you know what else Brawl is? Is one of the fucking oldest cards in the game. That's because it's old, it's also poorly designed. There's not a lot of tools to design the card when you first make a card game. You're just like, oh, well, everything dies except one card, guys. All right? That's how you design cards. Like, it's very rough around the edges, and you can make controlled episodes of, shit, I guess the strongest card did survive, even though it shouldn't because, you know, it's 1 in 7 chance.
Next, Brawl. I think we know what's gonna happen here. This is me. They always win the Brawl. What? Anaran, you lucky son of a gun.
I looked into this episode specifically, and I'm like, nah, there's nothing to talk about. This is just Brawl. But I'm like, no, maybe there's more examples of this. Maybe there's more examples of just old cards terrorizing Hearthstone all of a sudden out of nowhere, boys. That's crazy, because they just keep on shoving Brawl down our throats of like, here you go, more Brawl. It's a very balanced, fun card because it was played for a very long time, so it must be fun and balanced. Blizzard, check your privilege, because cards that are being played for way too long are also pretty broken, you know? So I will show you more examples, because there are examples of this. How is that possible? Prepare yourselves, because this is another mild one. Poisonous. Poisonous is a very, very old keyword, guys. It goes all the way back to Naxxramas. And when you type in poisonous, you get one card. My Exna. What did they do with poisonous? They created history with poisonous. At first, nothing happens, but League of Explorers explored poisonous one more time with Pitsnake. And then nothing happened for a little bit again. And then Ungoro explored a little bit more poisonous, and it's like, oh shit, this is one of the best arena cards all of a sudden. And we just keep going. We keep exploring. Oh my god, another best arena card. Jesus, what's going on? And when something is the best in arena, you know we're borderline fucking breaking standard as well. The poisonous is not a fun thing to face, I'm not gonna lie. And then this turned things upside down for Hearthstone. Fucking Boomsday Project. Holy shit. An unclearable minion because it just destroys everything you try to play. Unless it has rush or you're just removing. This just notorious in Battlegrounds. It's so weird. And they just keep printing poisonous forever. 2 cards. 1 card. 1 card. 2 cards. Many cards. Forever, guys. They can't let it go of this mechanic. And it's very constant. I do like this guy. But it's because now we have to clear minions desperately. Poisons. And more? And yes. There's a little bit of poison every single time an expansion comes out. It's no big deal, but, you know, this card had to be nerfed that I just highlighted. The Death Knight card has been nerfed. From 3 to 4 mana. And I don't think it's weak enough to not be nerfed again. You know, if we massively nerfing cards, this definitely get hit by a brick. Because I still hate it very much. And I think Poisonous, just like Brawl, is a poorly designed mechanic from the past. There is more. There's a third example, and after this example, we're just going to be scavenging for more examples. There is one more example that you're very familiar with. The moment I clicked this button and go all the way to the back, you're very familiar with this concept of giants. These giants are in the core. They're the oldest cards imaginable. They're still breaking the game to this day. What? Why would you allow this? You can make new cards, Blizzard. Have you tried? Just get rid of this fucking shit. I don't want to see it anymore, man. It's not some kind of nostalgic moment of like, oh my god, it's the same card for what the Zeddy from the very first video. Oh my god, that's so crazy, guys. The giant just never dies. This is the first Trollden episode, bro. You gotta chill, man. What is this shit? We still have to nerf a card that has been released many, many years ago. Just rotate. You have rotations. You make new cards. What are we doing with this old shit? Are you fucking kidding me? Maybe make new kind of poisonous that it sort of looks like a removal, but like it is a little bit better designed. Like fucking try different things for fuck's sake. Yeah, it just seems like none of the old cards are well designed, yet they still cling on to this garbage that should have been gone forever for a very long time. If we're just hanging on to the bad design cards instead of good design cards, that like the good design cards shouldn't rotate. Should be the opposite of what happens, right? We should keep the Topior because I like Topior. It makes for fun decks, and Topior can only come down on turn 7 anyways. It's the balanced Odin version of a card. It's a cool meme. Like, why not just keep the fucking dragon? It's such a cool card. Keep the legendaries so Blizzard can get paid. Nah, bro. Fuck that. Let's rotate everything. Keep the legendaries people like. Like, let's vote on which 5 legendaries to keep. That would be a fun, cool, social system. But no, instead we just have old cards laying around, taking up dust, taking up space, and it gives me brain damage. Even Alexstrasza, bro, to this day, I mean, I would say this card is pretty nuts. Holy shit. We're just lucky this does not deal, this does not play the metagame. Even though it probably should, like, maybe even aggro decks can play this simply to have a chance to finish the game because everyone resets the game constantly. So aggro decks can't just rely on just dealing damage when lifesteal exists. Alexstrasza, technically a pretty cool card, and not terribly designed at all. It felt like it at the start, but now I'm starting to appreciate the idea behind it. So some of these, like, can be kept. Alexstrasza just happens to be one of the good cards. I wonder if secrets are not just like the oldest garbage that we're still hanging on to in the game. In fact, secrets probably made things even worse. Alright, just like Brawl appears multiple times and make things significantly worse for the game. When you face Warrior, just feel like you will never have minions on the board. You're just never gonna have it, bro. All of those minions that you're trying to summon, they will always want to fight each other. And the 1/1 will always win that fight. It's just the dumbest experience that keeps on giving, right? But the secrets have given us auras. This shit evolved all of a sudden. We have kept secrets for long enough to evolve it into even more degenerate garbage. Locations actually make sense. When they actually try to design something completely new, man, it makes sense. But when they just put aura, why is it breaking the game? Every single aura just breaks the game. And only Paladin gets to keep it as well. It's almost like Paladin had 3 locations right now in the game. This is how it feels like with auras. Everyone got 1 aura, but Paladin got to keep most of these. And they're just insanely OP. It's crazy. It's crazy how many nerfs Paladin actually needs to get right now. At least 5. And they're probably gonna get 1 nerf at some point. You know. God knows if we even gonna get balance patch before the expansion. Locations are great, auras are stupid. And auras, again, designed by the secrets. So Paladin evolved into auras because they lost their secrets. Interesting. They lost a shitty mechanic and it turned even worse. This is very old, by the way, the secrets. And now it's turning into a gimmick that I just don't like anymore. Like, the secret is just crawling out of Blizzard's ass. A terribly designed mechanic, I feel like. Just sticking around for way too long. You see, like, the Giants is a giant problem now. It's stuck around not only for long enough to become a problem yet again, but it just creates this sort of void where they keep printing more Giants too. Only in recent times, there have been printed so many more Giants. We have that Giant, we have Storm Giant, and we have this Giant. If you type in Giant and go to Wild, you actually don't get that many Giants. It's just this, that, and I mean, this is old. This is old. You get 4 extra Giants. The 3 Giants, they're in standard right now. They have been recently fucking baked out of someone's ass. And, I mean, they're properly designed. I like them a little bit more than this garbage. But it's so weird for them to just go back to the same thing. As if, like, that's where all the good designed cards are. All the way in the past. This is kind of fucking weird to me. I'm glad that they can have fun with it, but it's very questionable what's going on, right? So with secrets, it's definitely questionable. I do not like the gimmick. I don't like playing against. It's just there's some kind of solitaire game mode where the pressure is on me. You just play a bunch of secrets. Whatever fucking happens, you don't care. The pressure is on me. I mean, you're not playing mind games when you play secrets. You're just dumping cheap cards that cost 2 mana. The pressure is on me. You're not actually creating some kind of extreme game plan where, like, if you play the secrets, you're protecting your minions and all that shit. A little bit of that is available, but it's just so stupid. I do not like this mechanic, and it's sticking around for way too long. Just like, what the hell? Who liked this thing so much that it's there forever? Defining hunter identity for such a long time. Just like Warrior is triple brawl, and Druid is mana cheating. Mana cheesy bullshit. I mean, yes, this is a part of a Druid's identity. I'm not mad. You play more cards that way. That's great. You play giant cards. That can become very interesting sort of deck. And Druid is my favorite class. I'm not going to shit on Druid for, you know, playing cards in a card game. But casting secrets all the time? Oh, boy. And we can talk about Mage. You know, I laugh at Mage. I'm like, this class should not exist. You know why? Because this class belongs in the past. This class is outdated now. It's like, it's no longer fun to just cast a bunch of fucking spells, a lot of random garbage. Because, you know, like, it's almost like Mage lost its identity. Maybe it had some kind of identity in the past. It has tried to exist. It has been, like, the class that everyone had to play because they started the Hearthstone, so you get mages at the start. But, like, for fuck's sake, man, I am tired of everything that Mage is, and Mage never really picked up an identity that makes any sense. Might as well rotate the whole damn thing, because it's garbage, bro. Like, almost every single card here is garbage. I want to show you. I want to talk about every single card individually, of like how garbage this is. First of all, this is not even good enough anymore. Most of these cards in the past, coming from the past, sitting in the core set, like, it's sort of like nonsense to me. But obviously, out of all the 2-drops, instead of it being a spell or a minion, it's a fucking keyboard. that's the new redesign of Mage. Any new fucking design choice that they have created for Mage, Mage just picks it up and puts it in the mouth. The whole keyboard is in their mouth right now. They're chewing on it. They're desperate to actually, like, make the class work again, because it's not working out very well. It's pathetic. Mage is literally Brawl level of stupid. The entire class is Brawl level of stupid, where the entire class should not exist anymore. It's outdated, and they couldn't figure out what to do with Mage, so it finally makes sense. The only thing I made sense with Mage to do is, like, do this Fireworks archetype. That's a fun one. Just keep slamming a bunch of, like, damage everywhere, you know, spreading damage everywhere. That's pretty cool. But just keeping Flame Strength, keeping Blizzard like this, like, what the fuck? They're still the most stupidest cards to face. And then turning Flame Strike into this. Elemental Strike, guys. Holy crap. It's no longer Hearthstone, it's Heart Attack, bro. When I see this card come down, another unkillable nonsense. Not to mention that, yes, Mage also has secrets. Yeah. The oldest thing. Fucking everyone still plays Ice Barrier, bro. And we get to keep it because people play it. Yeah, I mean, if Mage can get armor, that's pretty cool, but, like, is that really what you want to keep in the core set? Are you sure about that? The oldest secrets ever? The oldest Borklers? Like, in a core set, you could have done so much better than just cards that would be played, right? Just fun cards. Just keep the fun cards, not cards that would be played. I'm sorry, bro. Maybe we'll figure out what to do with those cards, but, like, shit. It's the old cards that rotting the game, because the Blizzard developers keep thinking of, like, how can we make Blizzard better, you know? Oh, they're not thinking about that, because that would be pretty good if Blizzard was better every single day, if they would actually improve. Nah, bro. That would be amazing, actually. So what other old shit just keeps slamming? I think Priest has rejuvenated and actually makes sense as a class. I enjoy looking at Priest. It can do pretty interesting stuff with this overheal. And again, it's a new mechanic. They had to redesign Priest like 2 times. You must understand, we did not come to this point where Priest is a class that should not be deleted anymore without a lot of work. A lot of work needs to be put into the game so we can get rid of all the old shit that made no fucking sense with the OTK Priest version. You know, it didn't quite make sense to me. So it was changed significantly. They did delete the old version of Priest. They did it, guys. Just most people didn't fucking notice. Same thing could happen to Mage, but it's not happening. I wish, man. It just shows the contrast of, like, what it's like keeping 3 Brawls in the game and just keep on giving Brawls to a class versus actually Priest is a pretty cool dude. Now, congratulations on your success story. Except the Automaton Priest and just spamming Dragons Priest. The Zarimi bullshit. Nah, bro, like, let's not do that. Let's just not focus on one card being the win condition, because that sounds kind of stupid. Alright, let's keep things complicated. As well as gimmicks being win conditions, yeah, the secrets. Absolutely. I know it's fun for some players, but, like, the pressure is on me to, like, play around the secrets. To be a little fucking monkey that's dancing, you know. Dance monkey, we can... I play secrets and now you dancing every day. That's how I feel about secrets. It's fucking nuts. And then you get laughed at of like, oh, you fucking stumbled and fell to your face to the floor, bro. Monkey not know how to dance. Oh shit, bro. Oh yeah, so fucking cool. Such a degenerate experience in a card game that just stuck around. And nothing is being done about it. They don't even fucking notice that it's stupid. Oh, why should Demon Hunter be deleted? Because people were like, oh shit, I guess that's a pretty terrible class. Where's the sentiment coming from that Demon Hunter should be deleted? I don't get it. In fact, Demon Hunter has a ridiculous amount of... It's an amalgamation of a lot of things. I have already checked. I've released a video called Demon Hunter has like 10 different archetypes. Weapon archetype, demon archetype, Naga archetype, card draw archetype, like some fucking weird amounts that makes no sense compared to other classes. Just trying all these different things. Like a demon hunter is a demon baby of Hearthstone. Just keep on learning new skills. Oh yeah, there's the Rush archetype with this bad boy. And all of them kind of work, to be honest. Like, I would love Demon Hunter to actually be a good class right now. Because it seems so cool. It can do so many things, but none of these things it can do properly. Right? It's kind of weird. Instead, we have this dominating the game. Just fucking vomit. Yellow vomit. Yellow piss. Dominating. If this was brown, if this was druids, we would say, yeah, piss and shit dominating. Fucking bullshit. But it does still feel like pretty brown up in here, the brown edges compared to the greenness of Demon Hunter. It's pretty brown. Pretty much piss and shit now. As if a Divine Shield wasn't fucking toxic enough. This is in the core set. Thank you. Thank you, Blizzard. Thank you for this card. Yeah, righteous protection. Oh yeah, it's not Annoyatron enough, you know? Invent a better Annoyatron, put it in the core set. Problem solved. Fucking madness, bro. That one drop is in every single Paladin deck for like 3 more years. Mark my words. Yeah, just like a Paladin card? I don't know, but I can slap Divine Shield on a card and put it in the Paladin class. That's what we're gonna be doing. Yeah, is Divine Shield a good design for a card? I think it's increasingly less good, you know, because we increasingly can do less 1 point of damage. Dealing 1 point of damage is actually getting increasingly more difficult. Despite like rush minions existing, but I think like Divine Shields are actually evergreen OP. You know, that's what Brawl is, like evergreen OP and bad design. Poisonous is evergreen OP, secrets are evergreen OP. Like they just keep the fucking evergreen OP bullshit. And we found it. We fucking scrapped metal together, this Frankenstein observation that just just OP bullshit keeps plaguing the game. Death rattles are not OP, but instead of buffing death rattles, they nerfed it. You know, they nerfed it. They just call it like, oh, let's just remove everything. You know, well, Divine Shields and Death Rattles are so strong, might as just remove everything all at once, right? What? Just, and then it turns into frustration, right? Because it's of this bad design of all this crap. Like, just add another type of divine shield of some kind, like, for fuck's sake. One mechanic that they have not added to the game is, like, reduction of damage. Like some kind of permanent armor. Like an actual armor on a minion that reduces damage by 1. That would be kind of cool. Instead of reducing damage by 1, why not we reduce damage to 2? Instead, right? Oh, much better design. Oh, you figured out. Instead of like creating armor for minions as a normal mechanic, we just make it a legendary fucking fart that I don't think anyone likes. I don't think anyone likes getting slapped by this bad boy and getting empowered. It's a fucking ass, man. Ass. If this said reduce all the damage taken by 2, I can sort of understand, even though it's a massive effect and still kind of cringe. But reduce all damage to 2 is a whole nother level of ass. I like that it's not the new Divine Shield. Oh my god, bro. But it kind of is. Right? It's the kind of the ultimate Divine Shield to everything. It's just like it's not massively printed. Oh my god. Ow. But I still would prefer, like, there's gotta be new stuff, right? They gotta come up with, like, new stuff. They keep rotating cards, making new cards. There's gotta be new stuff for all the toxic classes that are dominating. Some of them dominating the game. Some of them just can't keep up with anything. Some of them just very not interesting to play against. And it's all because there's old fucking shit sticking around and working flawlessly. And Death Knight just sucks in the worst of the worst. The lifesteal, the poisonous, all that fucking filthy garbage. It just soaks it all up. The worst of the worst. And nobody's complaining about Death Knight, even though it's the filthiest class in the game. Ugh. And they invented the Plagues, which is another shitty mechanic stolen from Warrior. Just the shittiest mechanics reinvented into Death Knight. Truly the definition of death. I'm not gonna lie. All the mechanics that should have died just turned into a class. Fuck that shit. It's a new class now. Oh, infinite Borglers? Ah, of course. New class. Bombs? Ah, it's a new class now. Lifesteal? Borglers too? Oh, new class, guys. We figured out. We just stitched together all the shit and vomit. Motherfuckers, man. Stealing minions for free? Oh, that's what Death Knight does, actually. What? What the fuck? I guess you're correct, man. I guess you're correct. It's literally good versus evil at this point. Priest is the good. They trash Demon Hunter and Priest. So I'm guessing that Raron and Zeddy is not on the good side, you know? I'm guessing they're corrupted. Holy crap, man. I'm guessing they're just dragged into the past, where they just like the past very much. They feel so nostalgic about the past, but they have no right to do so. Because we keep moving forward, right? It's like, stop looking back into the past. The priest got redesigned, and Demon Hunter sucks, you know? It sucks now. Man, it's weird. It's such a fucking mysterious thing. So, what else do we have? We haven't explored all the classes. I know Warlock constantly inventing some kind of stupid OTK. It doesn't look like an OTK, but actually is pretty big OTK, right? So we're just dealing damage directly to your opponent's massive amount of damage. It's curses, it's all kinds of nonsense. We're just vomiting a lot of imps, a lot of demons as fast as possible. And bam slam. Like that's what I'm talking about. You haven't seen this turn into a 9/9 and get copied? I guess you have bad memory, but like shit, this is weird. But what's from the past though? From the past we have nothing, right? Just Just Jiraxis, just a little bit of a Twisting Nether that nobody plays. Or everyone plays to win the game. You know, because now it's attached to a minion. Because we have to bring back Twisting Nether because it was so fucking fun in the first place. Of course, we have to bring back Twisting Nether 5 times. Because they still have that shitty card. They have Twisting Nether for days, man. Honestly, it's just the same situation as with the Brawl. I hated Twisting Nether, I hated Brawl. And now we have plenty of them. You know, and they're still good. Still wonderful. In fact, Twisting Nether got buffed to be extremely wonderful. Oh, no, it just removes... it doesn't remove death rattles, right? Destroy all minions and locations. It doesn't remove all minions, because that would be fucking... Holy molies. That would be Reno. As long as it's one-sided, too. Yeah, we kept Twisting Nether for long enough to the point where Reno is also a Twisting Nether of some kind. Again, upgrading your hero power, 5 mana. Armor, 2 mana. Twisting Nethers stuck to this card, one-sided Twisting Nether, probably 12 mana. If it removes all the minions completely. So now we're dealing with like 19 mana or something. Whoa. Wow, man. And limits to 1 space on a turn. Oh. Probably worth 5 mana. This card, bro. A 25 mana card. But like for real. For real. For stand... Compared to like... cards that stood the test of time. Oh. Oh, by the way, Death Knight is not playable. Most of the core cards are not playable. There's just some broken-ass mechanics that are playable. Like, their dragons are not playable. Which is so sad because there's so many of them. What the fuck is... What are they thinking with the dragons? Like, how can they just not redesign it a little bit better? Because it's just like, nobody wants to play 9 mana cards. The dragons could be cool, man. If they did something. Like, actually. Is there one more class? There's Rogue doing the same stupid, you know, mana cheating stuff, but at the same time, it's fine. That's why I like the class, it's like completely fine. Whenever it's doing. And it doesn't have any of the old shit that you're forced to play. It just keeps refreshing, because if it keeps the old shit like secrets, the class barely even changes. You play the same cards over and over again, pretty much. Like, if this was a very, very good card, you just keep playing the same card until you... It just breaks you, you know? Mentally. Now we get to play with coins, we're gonna have something different. We were playing like mech, rogue. It's always different with these things. Instead of just playing Brawl every single time when you see too many minions. Like, is that gameplay? I don't get it, man. Shaman's fairly different, but it's turning into like OTK nonsense. And yes, it has Lightning Storm, but it doesn't feel bad anymore. These sort of burglars... You know, they did the opposite in this case. They just rotated Evolve effect. And this is the only thing we hold on to dearly. I would still like want to play this card very, very much. Make sure that it's like still playable. Ah, yes, the Survivor. The Soul Survivor, the freeze effect. Oh, shit. The Dirty Rat, the survivor of being an ass to other players who try to play ODKs. But that's kind of like okay, but like it's kind of not okay. At least with Dirty Rat you can get punished really badly, so... But it's just I don't think I like this card because I cannot play it. I'm a player that seeks fun cards, and Dirty Rat was not really a cool card to play just for fun. Nah, bro. I think this card is also like overstaying its welcome, and I think that's the title of the video. Cards overstaying its welcome, man. Shit. Like, I want to see more Wild Pyromancers. Why are cards like these not being printed? Like, even though this exists for a very long time. None of these things are even getting buffed properly to stay in the core set. What's up with that? Like, this could get, like, +2 attack instead. Then it would be easily played. Yeah, so in the end, there's not that many cards like these. Yeah, they kept gravitating towards secrets, and now it's exploding, and let's put this card in on top of everything. Shit, bro. Funny enough, it's a shittier version of something that already exists that breaks the game just as much. Wow, isn't that weird? People are more likely to play the gimmick version of a card than the real one. Like, this one wins you the game. And the requirements are actually lesser than using this. But this also wins you the game while you're making the monkey dance. So I guess that's way better. Just the dance monkey idea in the first place is the stupidest shit. And all of these are doing that as well. Of like, you dancing around and all the poisonous just wipes your board. Well, you danced. I'm sorry, bro. I get to choose which minions to even destroy. It's not even just like a Borgler. It's whatever. It can kill all your death rattles, everything, bro. It's kind of mental, man. How the shittiest mechanics stick around. Get a grip on the game. And we literally talked about these guys, right? Paladin with Divine Shield, Hunter with Secrets, Warlock would just ass. I mean, the demons will never go away. I guess I can understand that. But it's just, it's always ass the way they just deal damage. So the newest one, after Curses, they needed Sludge. Right? They still need some kind of spell damagey thing going straight to the face. Summoning, like, absolute giants. Copying and pasting those giants. That's the strat. It's kind of weird one, man. That feels very old too now. Let's see how old it is. What has been Warlock up to this whole time? Because it was like self-damaging, but into more ways to deal damage to people. It was Zoo for a very long time until it changed identity into just ass Warlock, I guess. So another thing rotated out that shouldn't have rotated, just like small cool minions to deal with. Yeah, I would understand if they just not allow anyone to have 50% above win rates for way too long. Because this is when the game actually becomes stale, and it's just so easy to nerf cards. It's the easiest thing to make balance changes to the game. You don't even have to think about it. Just forget about the fact that you give a little bit of dust to someone. You're attracting player base, but it's like, okay, how did the metagame change? Well, it went from Lithuanian flag to Lithuanian flag. I've seen this shit way too many times. Besides Warlock sort of like trying to hide the fact that it's a Lithuanian flag, and it's my country, my friends. I take pride in my country. You know, I'll take piss and shit on this flag with pride, if I can, if I have a chance. And there's two more toxic classes. All the toxic classes rise to the top, you know, of the leaderboard. Death Knight Mage, and all the good classes, they go to the bottom. So the best class right now, the best of the best, is Priest. Congratulations, Priest. You're You're doing us a service for existing successfully. Holy shit, man. Oh yeah, they put the Defile in the core. That was a cool card. I don't know, just like changing its identity in recent times, and I don't think it's for the better. The non-interactive nonsense. Sludge is a little bit better design. I guess Warlock is constantly morphing in somewhat a reasonable class, but just half decent. Invent the soul damaging aspect, but it's also fairly new. They could have only bring this back after redesigning it, which is a good deal, because I still don't know if it's good or not. This card, I know this is good. Yeah, Warlock Core is just random shit. They don't even play this in self-damaging. It's just +2 health. What's the point? A normal card would say deal damage to a hero and gain +2 health, right? Even though it starts at 2-3, but it's pretty much same. This is a cool way to destroy weapons. The Ooze, the core set idea, not so much. And then it turned into shittier card because it has to be a 3-drop, so it has to be shittier. What? And now it has to be better all of a sudden because they failed to... the whole thing just looks so stupid, and it still survived the test of time, where there's a lot of things in the core set that tries to counter the opponent, even though it fails miserably to do that. The evolution of Viper, the evolution of Silence, these things are hanging on, existing barely, even though they're kind of like more relevant, or as relevant as removals, if you could do it properly. Interacting with weapons in some kind of way. There could already be a keyword where you force your opponent to attack into a minion if they have a weapon equipped. And even that's kind of crazy, right? Or just force opponent to equip a weapon. Like, Rogue could actually do it with a hero power. Force opponent to equip a dagger somehow. I don't know, man. Or throw a dagger so it deals damage to opponent's hero and reduces durability. Some interesting shit could happen. Yeah, weapons and hero powers are very old design. Hero power is just getting older so fast. So shitty when you wasting mana. This is why playing 1-drops and 2-drops in your deck is probably better than just playing giant cards, simply because your hero power sucks. If you don't fill up if you don't use up your mana, like, you're gonna be so behind. And this is another thing that the tempo crushes you if you're behind. Not only are you gonna be behind because you played aggro, and you don't actually develop tempo. You just, like, vomit out a bunch of shit, and the tempo deck, if it survives, because it usually will survive aggro assault, it will just continue doing tempo things, and just, what did you just do with your aggro nonsense? Absolutely nothing. But, I mean, some aggro decks can turn into tempo indestructible nonsense. Then it's very difficult to find a way to beat them. Then you have to play tempo control or something. Yeah, let's just go back. Although, you know, I'm not upset that one minion exists. This guy. Shit, is that a swipe? This looks like a fucking swipe with lifesteal. Like, it's a pretty good card that I should probably play more often. Maybe it's being overlooked, just like back in the day, Doomsayer, something like Doomsayer, or the fire guy was overlooked. Pyromancer. I think it's a pretty good card if you think about it. But you definitely have to think about it. For me, my personal is Rattlesnake. Personal favorites. Again, these new designs are pretty cool, and you want to choose which ones you like. You want to keep them, some of them. And the old ones definitely gotta go away. Apparently there's plenty of that shit go away. Which includes all the counters. If they're designed like this, if they look like this, bro, just because they have tradable, still nobody wants to play them or it's not good enough. Is there still location destruction? I think it rotated. It was the dumbest thing. Now instead of destroying locations, you can draw 2 cards. We have not improved very much, to say the least. Why not just draw location? What's the fucking big deal? If Paladin can draw auras, what about drawing locations? Like, it's weird, man. Nobody would complain if we could draw locations consistently. That would be so cool. All of the locations are interesting cards except for Warlock location, which is expensive enough to where I probably would still not be upset if they draw it by force. Big Game Hunter is a laughable card. What is it doing still? Here. What are you doing here? Excuse me? I would want to play tradable Dorian deck just for the lols, just to see what happens. That's a funny meme. But the tradable, again, is a new mechanic that sort of revived old cards. So old cards can come back if they get like some kind of tiny redesign. Like, please do something for Stormwind Champion. That's the coolest card ever. Oh wait, they did! They printed Ziliax. And it's the new Stormwind Champion for 0 mana. Wow, so cool. To add on to the pile, I just don't want to see old cards in the first place. In the collection, that's never gonna be played in the... Like, what's the point? I have to scroll extra pages to get to where I want to. How did this guy get into the core set when it's clearly gonna be the best one-drop, almost the only one that's gonna be played forever? There's this thing, but I don't believe it's as strong of an effect. Alright, so the finale, we have, again, 5 good classes. Warlock is like split down the middle because it's like turning into evil. And then there we have evil classes dominating the game. This is what this is the vibe of the game. I'm not gonna lie, this is how it feels like. All the good stuff, garbage. All the good stuff is completely useless. All the fun is down here. And all the garbage just rises to the top. And I fucking hate it now, to be honest. To see the whole perspective of what's going on. To see the conclusion. Oh, fuck this. And it's all because they just keep on hanging on to just old mechanics that make no sense. Again, Warlock is sort of different from these ones, but like, very questionable. I can't quite... There's something about it. There's that purple undertone. I think the Borklers, you know, they get stronger and stronger, and they just keep collecting old Borklers. Defile and the Hellfire, pretty good. But apparently you can do even better. Like Siphon Soul, there's just kind of something creepy about it. Because these are not fun cards that are being, like, added. In the core set, there's barely anything, right? Maybe it's just the emptiness that creeps me out. Like, there's just 3 minions up to turn 5. Surely other classes have more minions, right? Even Warrior has more minions in the core set. This has minions. that like do things, not just like damage you and have stats, and the other two are not even being played properly. Interesting. Rogue is a little bit on the spell side when it comes to this, but they still have minions and they can draw more minions if they have to. Funny enough. Yeah, this is definitely an anomaly. And yes, the Paladin 1-drop is Cancer. Yeah, very interesting. Mage 1-drop, Cancer. Hunter 2-drops, Cancer. Hunter also doesn't have minions, huh? Of course. Oh, they don't. I guess that's the road to success. Just not have any minions in the core set because spells are so much better. Definitely has the most core set cards. And has the most minions, and it's all just compact, properly designed because it's new. But it's also mixed with vomit, so it's bad. Who cares, right? Like, you still have good neutral 1-drop if you want to play 1-drops. I don't know, it's a very weird one. Warlock kind of getting robbed by emptiness. The Zoo Warlock not existing at all. Yeah, they're just simply cards that nobody plays anymore, even though they're fine. But Borkler every single time. The core Borkler, fuck yeah. You gotta love how Discover got discovered, and now it's one of the most craziest mechanics. And there's so much more stuff that has been invented that just got lost to time. And now we can just only feel nostalgic about it, but shit, I wish I was nostalgic about those giants and everything else I just discussed. There's just a handful of things, right? But it's very relevant, I think. It's kind of mysterious, almost. Kind of like going into an abandoned building